Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Mr. and Mrs. Examining Lectures and the Honorable Mr. and Mrs. Supervisors, as well as the audience. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Adina Bella Permatasari. In this happy occasion, I would like to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to deliver my proposal seminar about effect of loan to deposit ratio, capital adequacy ratio, net interest margin, and non-performing loan on return on asset. Case study on conventional commercial banks list on the Indonesia Stock Exchange for the period 2020 until 2021. Beginning with the first slide. Research background. The level of profit of a company is influenced by financial performance. To measure financial performance can be seen from the profitability indicators. Profitability ratio is one of the ratio used to measure the ability of a bank to earn a profit. One of the ratios used to measure profitability is return on asset. Return on asset is a ratio to measure the effectiveness of a company in generating profits by utilizing all of its assets. Since the onset of COVID-19 in Indonesia, this has many impacts, especially in the banking sector. The impact on banks is the decline in the financial performance of conventional banks. This was reinforced by a statement from the Chief Executive of Banking Supervision of the Financial Services Authority saying that in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, the financial performance of Islamic banking was superior to that of conventional banking. Where based on Financial Services Authority data, it can be seen that the percentage of return on asset of conventional commercial banks in 2018 reached 2.55%. In 2019, it reached 2.47%. In 2020, it is 1.59%. In 2021, the ability of banks to earn profits began to improve, reach 1.91%. The level of profit itself is influenced by fundamental factors reflected in financial statements, such as loan-to-deposit ratio, capital adequacy ratio, net interest margin, and non-performing loan, where all of these ratios affect return on asset of a company. However, there are some differences in the results from previous studies regarding the effect of these ratios on the level of profit. Formulation of the problems. The first, how is the effect of independent variables simultaneously on return on asset? The second, how is the effect of the independent variable partially on return on asset? Research objective. The first, to know the effect of independent variable on return on asset simultaneously. The second, to know the effect of independent variable on return on asset partially. Theoretical research. The big theory used in this research is signal theory. Signal theory is a theory that explains the impetus for companies to provide information to external parties, where if the manager expects future growth, the manager will give a signal to investors. The dependent variable used in this study is return on assets, where the return on assets used is derived from calculation with the formula profit after tax divided by total assets multiplied by 100%, while the financial ratios used as independent variables are the first, loan-to-deposit ratio. Loan-to-deposit ratio provides instruction on how banks return funds belonging to deposit customers from loans provided. The formula for loan-to-deposit ratio is total amount of credit disbursed divided by total third-party funds multiplied by 100%. The second, capital adequacy ratio. Capital adequacy ratio is the ratio of the bank's financial performance to regulate the adequacy of capital owned by the bank. The formula for capital adequacy ratio is capital divided by ATMR multiplied by 100%. The third, net interest margin. Net interest margin is the ratio to measure the bank's ability to manage its productive asset. The formula for net interest margin is net interest income divided by earning assets multiplied by 100%. The fourth, non-performing loan. Non-performing loan is the financial ratio that shows credit risk. The formula for non-performing loan is non-performing loans divided by total credit multiplied by 100%. Framework and hypothesis. Hypothesis 1, It is assumed that loan-to-deposit ratio, capital adequacy ratio, net interest margin, and non-performing loan have simultaneous effect on return on asset. Hypothesis 2, it is assumed that loan-to-deposit ratio has a positive effect on return on asset. Hypothesis 3, it is assumed that capital adequacy ratio has a positive effect on return on asset. Hypothesis 4, it is assumed that net interest margin has a positive effect on return on asset. Hypothesis 5, it is assumed that non-performing loan has a negative effect on return on asset. Research methods. The research to be carried out is descriptive quantitative. Quantitative methods are used to examine certain populations or samples, where data collections use research instruments. Data analysis is quantitative or statistical, with the aim of describing and testing predetermined hypotheses. The technique used to determine the sample in this study is to use purposive sampling, which means the technique of determining the sample with certain considerations. The types of data used in this research are secondary data and time series, where the data collection technique used to obtain secondary data are documentation studies and literature studies. Meanwhile, the data analysis technique used are follows. Description, statistical analysis descriptive is statistical analysis used to analyze data by describing the data that has been collected as it is without intending to make generally accepted conclusion. Classical assumption test. Classical assumption test is used to obtain a good regression model free from data deviations consisting of normality, multicollinearity, heteroscedasticity, and autocorrelations. Multiple linear regression analysis. The regression model used in this study is like this. Determination coefficient test. The determination coefficient measures how far the model's ability to explain the variation of the dependent variable. Hypothesis testing consists of the overall significant test of the sample regression and the individual parameter significant test. Okay, that's all my presentation. I'm sorry if there is any mistake. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.